Hi, everybody. My name is Carmen. So I came into this space just to tell you how easy it is to shift the paradigm in your life. And you know what? Let me correct that. Maybe it's not easy, but I want to tell you a story about how Becoming Carmen launched on 9/11, 2020. I brought my friend, Peter, and also he's like a mentor to me. I brought him into this space too, because I feel like Becoming Carmen is a necessary business to shift the paradigm that we're in right now. We're in a time where we can have racial reconciliation. We're in a time where we can have community healing. And we're in a time where we can become anything we want to become on purpose if we just pull up to the table and make a decision that the change that we want begins inside of you and me. So welcome Peter to this conversation. He's going to help me stretch. I apologize in advance if anything that I say is not what you want to hear, but I dare to say is what you need to hear. What's
Right.
up, Peter?
I'm happy to help you with it. So, Carmen, maybe we should start at the beginning a little bit.
I think telling an authentic, transparent story is where everything begins. I was born and raised on the west side of St. Louis, on Simple, and what is that, Arlington. There used to be an apartment, a big apartment complex there. I think back and try to remember things. But what I do remember is that my mom passed away when I was 5 years old. And I lived with a cousin for a period of time. And that experience is something that, I'm not going to say it haunts me, but it's something that right now in my 42 years of living, I'm dealing with. You know, Peter, sometimes when you go back that far, you don't know what memories are real. I think that there is a lot of things that I didn't process. I'm a girl. I didn't have a mom or a father growing up. So for me, trying to navigate through that time, I never got to process it. People do things to children that they just shouldn't do, you know, but I'm processing through that. And part of Becoming Carmen is letting people know that it's okay not to be okay. It's okay to have to take a step back and be like, you know what? I have to look at that. Going through foster care, Annie Malone, Echo, the Kids House, those things affected me. And I didn't realize until now how much they affected me, and they shaped Becoming Carmen LLC. But I never got to leave what I call the step. You know, there was a little step that as you go up the stairs, there was this one little step. Like my life was the step and the porch. And so I didn't know what no one's life was outside of my community. And when my cousins would come and visit from Colombia, their life was so much different. My cousin, whom I was staying with, she had a stroke. If I remember correctly, I was 12. And she had a stroke. We came home from school and she was in the hospital. And then from there, our life just twisted and turned in like directions we didn't know what was coming next. So from there, we were in foster care and living with various people, and it just took on its own life.
You always have this feeling that you are on some path to something bigger than yourself, or how were you thinking about life then?
I always thought that there was something better, but I never thought I deserved anything better. I ended up in an alternative school in Macomb, Illinois, and there I finished high school. And there I got a culture shock. There, like, I met white folks, and I didn't really know a lot about white folks. I didn't particularly care for white folks because you were like, we just didn't mess with white people. Macomb was the beginning of another chapter. So this is the 19-year-old Carmen that was angry. She was bitter. She was mad at the world and down to fit in with whomever, whenever, however, and to whatever degree that was necessary. I had to get along and meet white folks. And that just shifted my whole life. So I believe that that was the beginning of another chapter. But when I came home in 2008, I came home with an autistic child. I was clueless. I was just as broken as I was when I left. But I was so needy that I was trying to cling on to any and everything and anybody. I also realized over time, with help, was that I was powerful. And when I say powerful, meaning I recognized I had a voice, but my voice was like, at times it would be very, very beneficial. And then other times it might do a little damage. I met Cece. And when I met Cece, she opened my eyes up to the importance of advocacy. She said my voice mattered. She gave me the ability to speak. She helped me polish myself. She made sure that Paul's story was known. And that was encouragement. So in the shift, because Becoming Carmen hadn't became yet, Cece and the organization that she was connected to was a constant in my life. I realized I was quite a saleswoman. I leveraged what I knew from the world and applied it to corporate America and realized that I really do have the gift of gab. So I took the leap of faith and joined a pilot program with Run for Women. They dug into my life like it needed to be, but they helped me to realize that the change that I wanted to see, the change that I needed to see, it truly did start with me, and that I could be anything that I wanted to be. I am the daughter of a heroin addict that died when she was 5. I am the daughter of a father that chose not to show up. And I can continue to say the things that I am, but I am also becoming Carmen. Becoming Carmen is a launching pad for entrepreneurs. It's a launching pad for people who may not be like your corporate America, or may not be like the box you want people to fit in. Yet we are still here trying to do the work. We have to give people a place at the table. If we're ever going to have racial reconciliation, and I mean real racial reconciliation, the biggest changes that I want to see get into the division. Why is it so hard for young entrepreneurs to break through? Each one to reach one and teach one. Pull up, be a mentor to someone, give them a place at the table. Nonprofits and organizations to really look at the people that are in your networks and in your communities and give them an opportunity to be a part of your grassroots initiatives and movements. They may have more in them to offer than that resume that you're looking at.
Where do you hope to start? What does the change look like in the beginning?
First of all, we have launched what's called the Penrose Park Pod. And the Penrose Park Pod focuses on community healing and racial reconciliations. I want to see people of different ethnic backgrounds pushing into this community, supporting this community, and helping bring it back to life. Like the partnerships with different organizations and churches, bringing food into the communities, like us learning how to clean up our community, beautify our community, That looks like home repair support in real tangible ways. We're talking about right here behind me, Peter, these people live in poverty. So you will probably begin to see various GoFundMes and things like that to support the movement forward. We already have the support of one nonprofit and 2 churches, actually 3 churches that's about to pull up and support this movement. And now we want people of different races and ethnic backgrounds to also push in and support us as we build up this community one block at a time. This was birthed out of support given by St. Louis Mutual Aid, about to create what I'm calling the Calvin Take Back Initiative. And I want people to pour into this movement that will be done transparent before everyone to help rejuvenate and beautify this community. Some of us may need help, like with all kind of things, from just tuck pointing to just a basic landscape of something outside of our home. Are people willing to do that? And from watching other pods, I'm inclined to believe yes. Everybody has determined that they want to do something, but they don't know how to start it. And that's where this started at. So yesterday we did our first delivery. We had some kinks, but it was very, very successful. And that's a starting point. So now we're going to build from that and see what we need to do in the gap, and where we need help, we're going to ask for help. I'm looking for the untapped talent, and I want to just showcase what they're doing. Pull up, mentor this person, invest in them. If they've created their business like I did, maybe someone will anonymously pay for them to get a coaching experience like they did with me. Today, I got my first contract as Becoming Carmen LLC. And that's because there were people behind the scenes that were believing in me. Second thing that I want to do is I want to launch new talent, and then I want the people to invest in that talent. And I want to see that talent take root and set up shop in communities like mine. And I think everybody plays a little bit of a role in blocking growth and progress. Feel like we make it more difficult than it ever had to be. And that's what Becoming Carmen is about, to like reset the stage. I finally figured out how to get out in the community and really help the community in a tangible way. I just have to keep pushing and not let anything, not even Carmen, stop me from keeping my eye on the prize. The only thing that stops me from moving forward is me. There has to be a better way to do this. And I believe that standing out and being bold about what I'm trying to do in the vision in a very transparent way will bring the people in to support the movement forward. And if we give people a hand up instead of a hand out, it will change the game.